Hi everyone, Amanda Jane here. Now in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this really useful little cord. Now often called an iCord, it's one of many cords that you can crochet, but this is probably the simplest and it can be used at the top of drawstring bags or for spaghetti straps. It's got a little bit of stretch in it, but you know, it's pretty firm and very easy to do. Now the first thing you need to do is to decide how long your cord is going to be, because we're using the tail and the working yarn to make this cord. In other words, there's two strands that we're using. So let's say, for example, we want it to be 30 centimeters or a foot long. We need to take 3 times that amount. 1, 2, 3. And at that point, we're going to make a slip knot right here. Wrap the yarn round your fingers, tuck a loop through to create your slip knot. Now the first few moves, if you like, of this cord are a bit tricky, but once you get going it's not too bad. Now you don't want it to be too tight on your hook to start with, otherwise it's too tricky. Now hold your yarn in the usual way. I mean, I go over my index finger and tuck it underneath my last 2 fingers. Then put your second finger and your thumb just on the tail. And you're going to do this. Now, also support your loop on your hook with the index finger of your right hand. We are going to go underneath, so between these 2 strands, underneath the tail, and then we're going to go do a normal yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. And this first one, as I said, is a little tricky, particularly if you want to make it really tight. Now we're going to do that again. We're going to go underneath the tail, like so, and then yarn over and through both loops. Underneath the tail, yarn over. Sorry, I didn't do that correctly. Yarn over with the tail, yarn over with the working yarn, yarn over with the tail, yarn over with the working yarn. And once you get going, it's much easier because you've got something to hold on to. So place the tail and the emerging cord between your thumb and your second finger. Underneath the tail, yarn over, underneath the tail, yarn over, pull through, underneath the tail, yarn over, pull through. Now if you find your tension's got too loose, simply undo it, start again. I found that mine was getting too loose as I was going more quickly. So it's important to keep your tension even. Not always easy to do. Under the tail, yarn over, pull through. Under the tail, yarn over, pull through. Under the tail, yarn over, pull through, under the tail, yarn over, pull through, and as I work we should end up with a cord that is about 30 centimeters long. Try to keep your tension even. You need a little mantra with this. Make sure you remember which side you're going. So you're going between the two strands here, underneath, yarn over, pull through, underneath, yarn over, pull through. A little bit more yarn. How are we doing with our tail? Still got lots. It's better to have too much tail than not enough and end up with a cord that's not fit for purpose. So before you start your real project, I would get some scraps of yarn and have a go at this to practice a few times before you're doing your final project, just so that you've got the idea of it, because it feels odd at first, and then you think, wow, this is really useful. Now, some people use this technique for their foundation chain, and actually for some projects I think it might be rather good, because you end up with a lovely chain, a nice firm chain, and I guess it's a bit like a stacked foundation single crochet. So I think I might try it out actually. Depends on the yarn I'm using. Just even up my tension. A bit more of this lovely Aran weight cotton. It's really nice to work with. It does tend to split, so I do have to be a little bit careful. My tension's got a little tight. Underneath, through, underneath, through, and you get the idea. So I think I won't go any further with that. There we have our iCord, a really useful way of making something for a drawstring, or maybe some spaghetti straps, or a strap for a bag. Particularly good for a market bag because it's strong enough, it's not going to break. So there we go. This is the project for today. If you've enjoyed it and would like to come back to our next project, subscribe and press the bell to get a notification, and I look forward to seeing you another time. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.